Hello, YouTube. Here we have two champion generators. They're both 4,000 starting watts and 3,500 running watts. And here they both sit because currently they're just being used for decoration. Neither one of these generators work. The champion generators, we have two of them. These two, both of them are less than 3 years old. Now, the first one broke down about a year after we purchased it. And I take the blame for that because I didn't follow the instructions all the way through. So it took us about a year. I think it broke down about, I would say a year. It broke down. And then it took us about a year before we found someone to repair it out here. We actually had to go elsewhere to get it repaired. And but in the meantime, we purchased the second one. So after that, after we paid $115 for the repair work, you know, we were pampering these generators like babies. We weren't overloaded them. We never were overloading them, but we followed the directions as far as how to turn them off, how to keep the oil in them, change the oil. You know, we changed several parts. And one thing I didn't like from the beginning with the champion generators here is all the plastic components. You know, and here in Texas, the plastic and the sun just don't mix. So there's several cases where I had to replace different plastic parts with, you know, with other plastic parts because, you know, that was the only type of parts that would fit. But when the second generator broke down, we took that one to the repair shop and we were told that it could not be repaired. So instead of leaving it at the repair shop, we brought it home with us. And we talked to the manufacturer, and they have a shop that's affiliated with the Champion Generator Company and in Odessa, Texas. So one day when we have a larger vehicle, we may drive up there with both generators to see if they can repair it. Because sometimes, you know, these repair shops, you have to be careful when you about leaving expensive equipment with them when they claim they can't repair it. I mean, maybe they can't repair it, but in the event that they can, you don't want to leave a $400 piece of equipment and you know, and you drive by next week and find, you know, and see that it is up for sale. And but nevertheless, I figured I could do something with it other than just leave it, you know, at the shop for a possible profit to someone else, even if it's nothing but wrap it in Christmas lights. But yes, but so right now they're both sitting here in front of the cabin for as decoration. As you see, I have the piece of lumber laying across it as a workbench. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad. It is. It's really sad because what you're looking at here is $800 worth of equipment, $400 a piece, and not to mention the, you know, the 100 miles that we had to drive, 200 miles round trip to pick these things up. So really, I mean, it's funny now, but you know, it wasn't funny at the time. And you know, just having them both not working, and they're both less than 3 years old. That's the thing. And the load hasn't been, you know, here on our homestead, we don't have a lot of things going on as far as electricity wise go. You know, just basic lights, a small refrigerator, a couple of televisions. You know, we charge our electronics, and that's about it. So we're definitely not happy. We're currently not happy with Champion generators. And like I said, the plastic parts, kind of bother me. I kind of felt like even from the beginning when we bought the first one home that you know it's too expensive to have all these little cheap plastic parts on them. But we bought the second generator, the same brand, because once you have one brand and you kind of get used to it, you done figured out how to replace some parts on it. You got some spare parts laying around. um, you kind of want to stick to the same brand because you know that brand. You know how to work on it, a little bit. You know where, you're just very familiar with that part. You're just very familiar with that brand and how to replace different parts and change the oil and the maintenance on it and instructions and stuff like that. So, you know, we got the second generator because we didn't want to start over with a different type of generator altogether. And you guys that's very familiar with generators, you know you probably or different brands or appliances and stuff like that. You probably already know exactly how I mean, what I mean by that. You kind of want to stick to what you're familiar with. But now that we've had two Champion generators break down on us in less than 3 years, um we're not going to buy another Champion generator. We're about done. If we, at a later date and we have no idea when we're going to haul these things 200 miles away to check on repair, but at a later date, if we can get them repaired through the manufacturer reference, then, we'll be pretty happy about that. And maybe we'll have some new insight on what went wrong with these generators, because we don't abuse things out here, guys. you know it, One thing, abusing your equipment not only is very expensive, but is a very, very huge inconvenience. So there you have it. We have it for decoration. Well, I mean, at least we're able to use it as a little workbench. Thanks, you too.